Unlock your true potential with the Leadership Community, where we empower men to embrace self-awareness and authenticity. Introducing the Leadership Community, where we believe in helping men become the best version of themselves. It all starts with self-awareness, and we encourage men to take a step back, pause, and reflect on their thoughts, emotions, and behavior. Embrace their authenticity and break free from societal expectations. Here are just a few testimonies from individuals. Leadership helped me develop self-awareness and embrace my authentic self. And now I feel more confident and fulfilled. Question: are you ready to unlock your potential? If so, join the Leadership Community today. Welcome into the Men of Vision podcast. I'm your boy, Dwayne Roberts. Phenomenal day to you. How's everybody doing? Listen, man, the Men of Vision podcast is all about empowering Christian men, business owners, and leaders to gain clarity and direction so they can live life with more purpose and more fulfillment, finding more happiness and thriving in life and in business. And so today, guys, I just want to do just that. I want to help some of you men better understand what it looks like to make the leader shift in your personal development, or should I say in your personal life. You know, so many men ask me, Dwayne, where do I start? How did you get where you are? What are you doing? What makes you so different? And I often bring them back to this one question that really helped me navigate this space and in this place of growth. And I got to admit, guys, for the longest time, I kept asking myself, man, what will it take? What do I need to do? But then I realized I was asking the wrong question. And instead, I began to ask myself, how far am I willing to really go to get the result that I truly desire? And what I learned along this journey of becoming or developing into the man that God has called me to be is just this, that this is a journey. This is not a one-hitter quitter. This is not overnight success. This ain't the 10-minute success blog. This is intentional growth. This is being intentional about the man that I believe I need to be so I can be the success my family desires or needs from me, right? And so when it comes to making the leader shift, the first question I want you to ask yourself is just this: how far am I willing to go to get the results that I want? And when you answer that question, then I believe there's a series of questions that you might that follow up behind it. One, you can ask yourself is, where do I really want life to go? You know, I never forget reading Dr. Seuss's book, All the Places in Life You Can Go. And that book was a game changer for me. Really, one of my favorite books to this day. And so asking yourself, where do I really want my life to go is the question you need to answer for yourself. Secondly, you need to ask, what direction do I want to go in? What direction do you want to go in? And meaning, and when I say what direction you want to go, I'm not saying do you want to go to the left or do you want to go to the right. I'm saying, hey, what would it look like to get up over the hill and hump in life? Because oftentimes, most of us prefer to run to the sunset. We don't want to run towards the hill. And we have to think about this. Life is like an uphill journey. It's all uphill. Is there some bumps along the way? Is there some ups and downs? Of course it is. But we have to get real clear. What direction do I want to go? Do I want to run to the sunset because that's the easy way? Or am I still comfortable hanging back here where I'm at in my life, doing nothing, hanging with some guys who have no dreams and no visions for their life? Or am I willing to go up the hill of life? And then number 3, what's the furthest I can imagine myself going? When I started this journey, the first thing I did was envision myself or see myself doing what it was I wanted to do. And I got it. We often don't have clarity on what it is we want to do. But I have to admit, guys, in this place of prayer and seeking God's face seeking God's face and listening to God's voice for what He was calling me to, I never forget He's sharing with me, your your gift is to speak. And I didn't know what that looked like. And I began to envision and dream and see myself on stages speaking. I would be in an auditorium. I never forget this. My wife and I was in this huge auditorium for an event. And I told her then, I said, I see myself speaking on stages such as this. You know, now what will it take to get there? How far were you willing to go? I don't know when I'll be able to speak on a stage as massive as the one I saw we were sitting in. But you know what? I'm not willing to throw my dream to the side. I'm not willing to throw the towel in because it gets tough. That don't mean I ain't thought about it. It didn't mean like I wasn't tempted. But you know what? I kept pushing through. And I want to encourage you that even though times get tough, things become challenging, and yes, you're gonna feel like throwing the towel in. Listen, man, when you make the commitment, when you make the commitment to yourself and say, I will see my dream through. And I have an understanding that this is not overnight success. I have an understanding there's going to be some ups and downs. I have an understanding that there's a hill or mountain for me to climb. I have an understanding. Those things really help you stay the course, right? They really help you stay the course. And so, I want to encourage you men who have these dreams, just be willing to make the investment in yourself to keep going and never quit. Number two, I want you to take away from this, man, when it comes to making the leader shift in your personal life, developing into the man that you believe that God has called you to be. I need you to start now. Just do it now. Whatever you believe it is in your heart you need to do today, do now. You know, I sit with a lot of men and we map out some plans. We map out some next steps. And the first thing they say to me, I'll start tomorrow. I'll do it later. Here's what I think about later. Later seems to never come. There's no such thing as someday. It never comes. There's no such thing as eventually I'll get to it. It just isn't. Later is a dream killer. You know, I can't count the times that men told me I'll start later, I'll do this later. This is why I say start now. Eventually don't count. Someday may never come. And tomorrow just ain't promised to us. And so when it comes to facing your dreams and when it comes to reaching your dreams, your goals in life, you must neglect later for right this moment, right now. I never forget a time I walked away from an event in Michigan, 3-day event, great content, great information, so much to take with me. And we were challenged in that moment to go and get a result in 30 days. And I promise you, that night I stayed up. I read the content, reread the content, studied the content, made some mental notes or made some notes actually. The next morning I got up to go catch my flight. Got to the airport a couple of hours early because I was out of state. I wanted to make sure I got there on time, didn't miss my flight, get back to my fam. And lo and behold, the flight was delayed for 8 hours. I'm sitting in the airport for 8 hours. What do you do in Michigan airport? Detroit. I was in Detroit airport at the time. I drove from Michigan to Detroit International. What do you do in Detroit airport for 8 hours? Lord knows I don't know. But what I did was pull my computer out. I started looking at those notes. I started planning my next steps. I made a few calls. I sent a few emails. I got home late Monday night and I woke up early Tuesday morning. And guess what, guys? I had a game plan to go and hunt for and secure a bid. And don't you know, because I did what was asked of me in the now, that right now moment, I was able to go secure the result. And some of us, we're waiting till later, and later never comes, and the opportunity is in the now. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever you believe that you've been called to do, whatever that may look like, becoming the best version of you, it begins now. I want to encourage you with that because I simply believe that later is a dream killer. It imposes on your goals. It's a roadblock. It causes you to be on autopilot. You ever wanted to do something and because you waited till later, you missed the opportunity and then you find yourself 3 more days drifting? That's because you chose to do it later instead of now. Yeah, think about that. Later causes roadblocks in our life. Later puts men on autopilot and they never reach their dreams, goals, or visions for success. Oftentimes, we say later simply because of the fear factor. Now, I got it. The fear monster in some cases are real. And I have to admit, I believe it's just capped. We have to take control of our fears by replacing fear with faith. I'll say that again. The opposite side of fear is faith. The best things in the world don't come to you because you're fearful of going out to chase after them. They come to you because you believe in them and you go do it. There's a phenomenal book by Mark Batterson, Chase the Lion. And he talks about this phenomenal warrior, Benai, who chased a lion on a cold, snowy day into a cave. And I've often asked myself, why in the world did this dude go chase a lion in flip-flops on a cold, snowy day? It just doesn't add up. And sometimes I simply believe that when it comes to fear, we have to find the courage. We have to establish the belief to believe in ourselves enough that we can go after anything, no matter what the conditions. Oh, come on, somebody. No matter what the naysayers say, no matter what anybody else is doing, because I can almost believe that Benai was the only person in the world during that time chasing a lion in a cave. What's your dream? What's your vision that's so big, that's so audacious and hairy and scary that you've allowed fear to keep you timid? I want you to lean into your faith today and move purposefully after your goals, dreams, and visions. Yeah. Lean into your faith. We have to get to this place where we choose faith over fear and feed your faith and starve your fear. What do I mean by that? Speak life into what you believe that you can do. Yep. Affirm yourself. Well, seek yourself doing it. That's how you feed your faith and starve your fear by not even admitting that you're fearful. Don't think about it twice. Just jump out and go do it. You'll be surprised at the results that you get in life, man. Next, I want to encourage you. Stop treating your dreams, goals, and visions like an accident and be intentional about the things that you want to accomplish in life. So many of us just treat them like accidents, like something waiting to happen. You know, accidents are just something waiting to happen. Be purposeful about the things that you're going after. Develop an attitude, a mindset to be intentional. So here's the difference of those individuals with an accidental mindset and those individuals with an intentional mindset. For you, when it comes to reaching your goals and dreams and visions for your life, if you have an accidental mindset, you probably say things like, well, I'll start tomorrow. Whereas an intentional mindset to reaching their goals, dreams, and visions would say, I'm starting today. See, when you have an accidental mindset, you say things like, well, it just depends on luck. But when you're intentional, you realize that it's your hard work that you put in. Because the accidental mindset says, quit. You're not going to make it happen. Nobody's really paying any attention. Nobody cares. Where the intentional mindset says, persevere. You're in here for the long haul. The accidental mindset, when it comes to your dreams and visions, means that you just talk big. But when you have an intentional mindset about your dreams and visions, you're pressing through and you're following through to completion. When you have an accidental mindset, you think like a victim. Woe is me. Nobody cares. I need some help. Who am I going to turn to? Where can I? Nobody's listening to me. And we got all these excuses and we play like a victim. Whereas the intentional mindset simply says, what do I need to learn in this moment and in this time to help me get the results that I want? And finally, when it comes to having an accidental mindset towards your dreams and visions and goals in life, oftentimes we quit learning. We think we learned enough. I don't need to learn anything else. Whereas those with an intentional mindset to win and reach their goals and dreams and visions, well, the truth is they never stop growing. I simply believe this. If you want to reach your potential and become the person you were created to be, well, then that means that you must make a mental leader's shift in how you view reaching your dreams, goals, and visions for life. You have to make a leader's shift. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you're going to have to begin to seize opportunities. You're going to have to heighten your sense of awareness. You're going to have to identify blind spots. You're going to have to focus on growth areas. You're going to have to take action now and not later to get the results that you want out of life. And so I want to encourage you as I close this thing out that, listen, to make the leader's shift in your personal life, be intentional. Listen, connect with your boy. Head over to the webpage, DwayneHRoberts.com. Schedule your officially execute coaching call today. Allow me to serve you and help you reach your dreams, your goals, and visions for life by making the leader's shift today. I'm your boy, Dwayne Roberts. As you always hear me say, realize this, that you have everything you need to take your life to the next level. That's simply because your success is in your hands. Fellas, have a phenomenal day with purpose. God bless.